Hello again, I'm back. Well, the last time I was talking about fear and worry and how they affect us, and how we, if we're worrying about somebody, how it doesn't do them any good at all, that it's so much better if we didn't. The trouble is, of course, that we're human, and naturally enough we're concerned about those people that we love in all sorts of situations. So the question is, how do we deal with it in a way that will be less difficult for us and for the people that we're concerned about? But one of the things that came up very quickly in my sessions with Chewbacca was to do with the notion of spirit guides, guardian angels. And he made no distinction between them, by the way, that they're all soul, and that as we all are. So that before we're born, that we have the opportunity to have some guides to help us if we so wish, and that we can make that arrangement with them, either one or more guides. That we may decide that we want to do particular things with our lives in a broad way, and that our guides will be there to help us along that path. But at the same time we have complete free will, of course, so there's no question of that being interfered with, and our guides will never impose anything on us that help us with nudges to try to help us to keep on the paths that we've set out for ourselves. But it doesn't matter if we go down by roads and so on, they'll help us to try to get back onto the main road, but never in a way that's obtrusive, that we can't be just robots. It's very important that we understand that we have our free will to be whatever way we want to be. Now, then if we do choose to have these one or more of these guides, that they're only a thought away from us, and that we can connect with them if we so wish. The trouble is that and it's part of the human thing, of course, that we always want to, that we like to know, we like to be able to see, we like to be able to feel, to hear, in a very obvious way, as we do with other human beings. But at the same time, we all recognize that we need help. Even when we're born as little babies, we're completely helpless, and then as we grow and we move on through life, we need help in all sorts of different ways, both from the point of view of our health, maybe, things that are wrong with us, and then also in other practical ways, so that we use the help that's available to us. And if we accept, as we do, at least I shouldn't presume that, but in my case, for instance, that I accept that there's a continuity of life, we go on and on. It stands to reason, I think, that as people move on, they carry with them then their own way. If they're helpful people here, they'll want to be helpful when they move on. And then our guides are part of that they will have evolved into a state of awareness or consciousness, that they understand what goes on about the physical world, and they know the pitfalls, etc., and they want to help us. Thinking this morning about that, and about an analogy, the thing about the YouTube and getting on the YouTube, and I wouldn't be into anything like that only for my friend Armin. He has set it all up and he has designed the website, and he has done it with all the patience. He's the essence of patience, from his level of expertise to my non-level, as it were. And so I recognise that There's many things that I don't know, that if I want to explore, that I need help. And I think that's a good analogy from the point of view of how it works in the whole spirit sense. Armin never imposes. He obviously has things that he would wish to do, like in terms of what he sees, the possibilities and so on, but he'd never impose anything like that. He lets me sort of move along at my own pace. So that's the way that I understand it to be then, in terms of our guides, and that they essentially what they want is, what they're trying to help us to be, is to be completely ourselves, to be free in ourselves. Now, one of the things that has often come up with people, is there any question of them not like being what you might call evil spirits, or getting into that sort of level. Well, of course not. Like, our guides have evolved beyond all that. They're at that level of awareness which is very evolved. But it is true that, of course, that as people pass on, that they carry the mindset with them, so that if they are of a controlling nature, that they might try to impose that control on people that they have left behind. But I've always been assured in the communications that have come to me, that our guides will always help to keep our auras free if we ask them to do so, and that they won't let negative energies come through to us. And the more that we move on into that sort of level of consciousness, obviously there isn't much attraction for, if you like, the more non-aware souls who have passed on to be getting on to us. And what I do, and in following on what has been suggested to me, is that if I am concerned about somebody, or whoever I am concerned about, that I will ask my guides to help them. I will work on the basis of handing over things and allowing that energy, that loving energy, to come around them without in any way controlling them or attempting to control them. And in that way, that's the very best help I can give to them. And I'm reminded of just a little story in a group that I was with. There was a man in the group, and one evening that he said that he was aware of this little boy all the time coming near him, and he seemed to be very confused. He could describe the boy in complete detail. At the same time, he himself was getting a severe headache. So he brought it up with the group, and I suggested to him that he asked his guides to help with it, but also that the next time that he saw the little boy, that he suggest to him that he look for a light, and to tell him that it would be an angel coming to him to help him. Well, this he did, and the next evening when he came back, he said that what had happened was that he actually saw the little boy, and he saw the light coming towards the boy, and the boy putting out his hand and going with the light. And after that, his headache left him. So we all found that very affirming, in the sense of the help that's available, the way it works, also how we can help, ourselves can help to cooperate with our guides. That if we are concerned about anybody, or if we feel maybe that they need help, that we can send a thought to them to look for the light, and the guides will be coming to help them to sort out whatever it is, to welcome them into the new dimension. Thanks very much for listening and for being so patient.